I had to turn this music off. I had to restart my phone over to turn it off.
See, no adjust. All right. Okay,
so
okay.
Got the question on deck?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Welcome back, everybody.
Ya se lo voy a decir a aquel.
All right, there we go. I had to reset the phone. Okay. Now we back. So I'm gonna finish my story, and then we got a good question from Raquel, the queen of R&B, and then we're gonna let y'all hear Hev's question, and I'm gonna hit y'all with my last question. All right. So as I was saying, I didn't want to, you know, I wanted to spend Thanksgiving with my family, and also spend Thanksgiving with her. I think this was our first Thanksgiving together. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay, let me know when your friends from school. Let me know when your friends from school are leaving, and I'll come over.
Yeah.
This is when I maybe around like 18, 19. So
this is back in the day.
Yeah, this is back in the day story. So she hits me up. So, all right, everybody's leaving. You can leave now. All right. Hop in a cab. I'm on my way over to her house. I get to her house. I knock on the door. Somebody from her family opens the door and lets me in. So she's up at the front of the apartment, but someone was closer to the door to let me in. But I think it was her sister or little niece, somebody younger, not an adult, let me in. So I didn't want to just walk straight to the front of the apartment. So I waited, and I was like, all right, I'm going to go sit in her room. Her room, the purple one, her room was the first room when you walk into the apartment. Mm-hmm. I pushed the door open, and I feel it hit something. So I couldn't open the door enough to like, comments working now, all right. I couldn't open the door enough to walk into the room. Uh-huh. So I peek my head into the room to see what's stopping the door from opening. It's a dude sitting in her room behind the door. Then I turn my head the other way. It's another dude laying on the bed. Like he laying on the bed chilling watching TV. That's why I was enraged, bro. What up, Super Orc, aka Super Canadian Destroyer Orc?
Super Orc?
So I look, and then I look at the dude laying on the bed. He looking extra comfortable. These is friends from her school.
There ain't no friends.
So I'm like, my bad, homie. Not homie, my bad. I closed the door back. So now I'm standing there. Now actually it was like 3 dudes in there. One was sitting behind the door, one was sitting in the chair, and one was laying on the bed. Like comfortable. Like he had been there before. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute.
No.
Hold your horses. So she comes walking up the hallway. Now mind you, I'm not the toughest of guys. And there's about 3 or 4 of them. All together. She comes walking up the hallway. Yo, I was incensed, if that's a word. I was infuriated. I say, yo, I'm yelling. I don't even want to curse like that on the stream, but I'm yelling, cursing. Who the F is these in the room? Why this mama laying on her bed? She like told me they just my friend. I'm like, nah. I'm wilding, yo, in her mother house, yo. I'll never forget that. I should be ashamed of myself. But I was upset, bro.
Nah, that's kind of...
Because I told her, like, yo, make sure everybody's gone. I walk in, if they was all sitting in chairs just watching TV, like, maybe it's not enough room in the living room.
Yeah.
So, all right, y'all can go sit in my room. But if I knew my girl was coming over here, I would never let her walk into the room and another girl is laying on my bed. I don't care what the scenario is. It just don't look right. It don't look good. Especially knowing that now, once he get up, I'm supposed to lay there. Because I'm coming to spend the night. Nah, bro. I lost it. Blew her thumb off with my Glock.
Awesome King, that you.
Awesome King, if that's you, bro, the cat's out the bag. So me and her we argue. She wasn't yelling and screaming, but I lost my composure. That's the worst I ever lost my composure.
That's kind of called for, though.
I would have made a scene 100%.
And you wasn't afraid that them three was just gonna get up and be like, yo,
I didn't care at the moment. Like, I saw red. That's the first time I think in my whole life that I allowed my emotions to supersede my mind. Where I wasn't thinking no more. Because they could have easily been like, alright, well, there's about 4 of us. He out there yelling. Let's just rain on him. Bang, 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 bang.
Let's rain on him.
You know? And I would have been it wouldn't have been nothing I could do. It would have been 4 against 1. But that's the only time in my whole life that I was like, I just saw red, bro. Alright? I was young. Now, would I handle it like that now? No. Now I would have looked, and she would have never even known that I was there. She'd have still been calling me like, Toby, when you... I already was there. Well, where you at? Why you leave? Go look in your room. You know why.
Well, I got homies too. It's NYC. Everybody knows somebody. That's somebody.
You know, so I wouldn't handle it like that now. But when I was young, I couldn't see it. I couldn't handle it. I could have handled it better, but I couldn't see a better way to handle it at the moment. My emotions wouldn't allow me.
And you was 18 too.
Yeah, I was like 18,
you was
19.
Super young.
Yeah, I was super young, bro. But even at that age, I knew better. Because afterwards, I felt bad. And me and her argued the whole night, and then we didn't even eat dinner or nothing together. I ended up getting up and leaving. I left like I got there around like 9:30, 10. We argued till like 12:30, and I was like, you know what? I'm out. Like, Tovy now, I'm not going to sit and argue with somebody for 2-3 hours. Tovy 5 years ago would have sat and argued with somebody for all night.
Yeah.
But I won't do that no more. And I'm happy that I've been able to see that evolution within myself. Because 6 years ago, arguing face to face, texting, whatever, I'm going to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Ain't you old? If you was 18, I was just a kid.
Yeah, Johnny Incoholic. You know? People don't realize how old I am. Sometimes I'm going to hit y'all with a confession. Sometimes I'll be looking at other people that's... Okay, that's the question right here? Oh, wait, what was her question?
Oh, she said, to be married or be boyfriend and girlfriend forever?
To be married or to be boyfriend and girlfriend
like
forever?
if you with somebody now, you want to marry them or you just want to be like what y'all are right now?
No one wants to be the same thing forever.
Oh, she got another one too.
Okay, so what was her original question?
That one.
That was her original question?
Yeah.
Alright, so everybody that's watching, would you rather be married? Would you rather get married? Or would you prefer to just have a standing relationship with someone forever? Like, do you see yourself getting married? Do you see yourself marrying the person that you're with? Or do you see yourself marrying anyone? Do you feel comfortable being single? Do you feel more comfortable being single? Or do you going forward in your life, whatever relationships you decide to be in, do you want it to lead to marriage? You could turn turn the wallet the long way.
Oh, you go.
Okay, what up, Maria? Alright.
I'm 35 myself, but I don't look my age.
Yeah, a lot of times, I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I'll be forgetting how, like, sometimes I'll look at 3 times marriage. I want the honor of being the love of my life's wife, not a forever girlfriend. Well, I would assume most women ain't gonna go. I don't know too many women that's gonna be like, yeah, I'll just be your girlfriend forever. Pfft, man, you letting the dude off the hook. You do that. My man, what up, Eric? I feel nowadays marriage doesn't mean much as long as you're there for one another.
It means as much as you want it to mean with the other person.
Right. I don't think the traditional, all right, let's go get our marriage papers and Like, that marriage don't mean much to me. You know, like, to me, that's like a contract. Contracts are made to be broken. Contracts can be voided. I'm talking about you can be with someone and commit to each other in front of your creator, whoever you believe in. And if y'all both take those vows to one another, I don't think you need a paper to be married. I'll say that much. I don't think you need a paper and a light. That's legalities. That don't have nothing to do with your heart. So I don't think that the marriage license and the papers and all of that, I don't think you need that to really be married. But I do think that you need to take a vow in front of your creator to one another and not break that. The hell with the papers. As long as you keep that vow between each other, then y'all good. To me, in my mind, y'all are married.
So my girl for 23 years, I consider her my wife.
Exactly. That's a tough question. What's your answer? Not anytime soon, but I would want to be married to someone and not be in a relationship where I would be worried about other situations and a standing. Sierra, God bless you. That's how you know you was raised by two great parents. Because there's a lot of girls out here at your age, they can't even take a picture without their face and their ass being in the shot at the same time. That's their main concern. You see my pretty face, you got to see everything else. This is all like, it is like mind blowing how these young girls are. What up, Samantha's in the building?
So Samantha.
It's a convenient. Wait a minute. It's a covenant between me, my husband, and God. Okay, that's what's up.
The act of marriage without religion or legal papers is unnecessary if you and her decide you will be together forever.
I agree with you on that one. I agree with you, Tove. Yeah, feet times 3. So, yeah, I don't think you need those marriage papers and all that. That's for, those papers and all that is for, all those papers only going to really come into play when stuff start going wrong. That's when all those papers that you signed, that's when they're going to come back to haunt you. But if you truly love someone, those papers will never even come into play. You know, they'll never, a prenuptial and all of that, child support and all that stuff will never come into play if you love the person for the right reasons.
What's up, Ricochet? Yeah,
what up? Rick O'Shea is in the building. If you love the person for the right reasons, then all that paperwork is never going to come into play. The only time people bring up a contract is when something is going wrong. Mm-hmm. This is what you signed. This is what you got to do. But if you always doing what you got to do, then nobody never got to go back to the contract.
You don't even remember.
You ain't even gonna remember you ain't gonna remember what's on the contract because y'all just loving one another. My recent relationship was the one I thought would be a good relationship, but it ended up finding out he started dating someone as soon as I left for Mexico for Christmas break. But I found it out after we broke up in January. Sierra, let me tell you. Screw love is what I say. My man Ricochet said, yo, he ain't with it. He ain't with that lovey-dovey. Alright, so, I mean, you ain't got to answer the question, Hev. You married, so you ain't got to ask, do you want a girlfriend forever? Hev done already answered the question last 2 weeks ago. He Hulk Hogan. For life. Alright, so what was her second question? Have screenshotted it. Alright, so what was the second question?
Her second question is, what are the characteristics that your partner should do or is doing to make you feel loved?
Alright. My man Ricochet said, yo, I'm just a squirrel in this world looking for a nut. Alright, Ricochet, I mean... Is
that a rap line?
I think so.
I think it is.
I mean, it's a time and place for that, you know. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, I'm not going to act holier than thou I mean, I've been in that energy before too, where it's like I ain't worrying about loving nobody. I'm just trying to have fun. But as you get older, you want more. You're gonna need more, you know.
I think that's why people want to be married, because married is the more part.
Yeah, married is the more that most people are looking for, but they don't even know that they need it. You know, like. But it's if you got a true heart, you know, you still believe in true love, then that's the ultimate destination, you know. And the things that a person should do to, I mean, for me, I always try my best. I'm not a selfish person, but I'm an individual at heart. I love being around my friends. I love being around certain people, but I'm just as comfortable by myself. So, for someone to really make me feel comfortable and make me feel loved, they have to intertwine me. They'll have to want me to be intertwined in their day-to-day life and in their life outside of just me and that person. I want you to come to Thanksgiving dinner. I want you to meet my family. My family's going on a trip, Tovi. You want to come? Now, whether I will or will not go,
you just want to be invited.
I just want to know that that's what you want from me. Then that will ultimately allow me to feel more comfortable with coming up out of my shell. So I understand some people need it, but I don't need a piece of metal or paper to say I love someone and only them.
Marriage is good for security perspective if your husband or wife passes away.
Right, legalities. It's all, when something goes wrong, that's when those papers come back to help you or to haunt you.
Yeah.
Either way. But that's a big part that I've realized with me. You know, I'm comfortable alone. So if I see someone that really wants to intertwine me into their life insurance, damn. If someone wants to intertwine me into their world and not just into our relationship, that will definitely make me feel more loved and wanted and secure. So that's my answer. What about you? And then ask Raquel what's her answer. You might already know, but the people want to know.
I mean, like you said, like I already chose marriage by default. I think that marriage is what you make of it. Marriage is like, they say that like marriage doesn't mean what it used to, but I think you're just looking at like the wrong examples, because those are the ones that stand out the most. Like me, I've been fortunate enough where like I always had a good example of what a marriage was with my parents and with other people that I know too, but primarily like my parents, who I've lived with primarily my whole life, and I've seen them like how they are, and they kind of gave me the blueprint for how I'm going to be with my wife.
That's definitely an added advantage. Now I can speak from the opposite end of the spectrum. I don't think no woman in my family ever been married. Not in my immediate family, ever. So, I'm sanctuary of love. I would have to, down the tree, carve the hammer, come up with the schematics, the blueprint, then start building. Now all you need is the tools. Alright, I know how the end product is supposed to look. But if you have alright, this is how everything's supposed to look when I'm finished, okay, it makes it a lot easier to just bang, 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 bang. Let me look at the picture again. Okay, this goes here, that goes there. Oh, I made a mistake here, let me fix it. But if you're doing it blindfolded,
With no map.
with no blueprint, no picture to look at, no schematics, now it can turn into chaos. Because you can build the whole thing and you forgot to put one screw down at the base. And now you got to take that shit all the way apart again. Lord have mercy, I thought I was done. Skirt, skirt, skirt. You step 1 foot in the house and the whole porch fall off. Lord, I didn't put this one piece of wood, this one screw that I didn't see, you know?
What's up, Taz?
What up, Taz? 22s. He got 22s. What up, Taz? What's going on, bro?
Like, people always told me, always like, oh, look at them, like, they got divorced. Look at them, they not happy. Look at them, they separated. Yeah, but I always been like, look at them, look at my parents, they did it right.
Right. And that's a blessing. And honestly, that's how it's supposed to be, you know? Hev is a great example of how things can turn out a little bit. You can have more clarity. I ain't gonna say it's better or worse because that's different for everyone. You know, you could have been brought up in a two-parent household and still go out there get married and be a liar, a cheater, a drug user, a gambler. So I'm not gonna say that that's automatically gonna make your marriage great. But what I'm saying is, it definitely gives you a better perspective of how it gives you at least a path of, all right, this is the path that I want to go, you know. But and honestly, I see that more not with the younger generation, but with the older generation, of where Hev's parents, their generation, with Spanish people, that unit is tighter.
Yeah.
Like that's just the God honest truth. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I know growing up, I've known a lot of Spanish people, and if I've had the privilege of being around their family, grandma and mom and dad, they usually in the same household under the roof. You know, mom is cooking dinner, and I'm not saying ahead of men in most aspects, but to build that foundation for someone who's watching, and you see your mother and your father and how they interact, that is more prevalent in Spanish households. I haven't had the opportunity to be in too many Caucasian white households or Caucasian households, not living in Harlem and in the Bronx, you know, so I can only compare it to the other ethnicity that I've been around. And in comparing it to black people, nah, it's not even a comparison. The mother and the father is not usually in the same household with black people. So we got a deeper hole to dig out of, you know.
I will say this on that. The reason why you probably see that from the inside looking out is because usually Spanish people come from, usually they're immigrants, usually they came here from somewhere. So, like, when you hear, you and the other person is all you got. So
True.
when you know when you alone, or, like, you just got you and a couple of other people, you cherish those other people more.
Right.
Like, it's just you and 6 of y'all in this whole country.
Right. I agree with you. I feel you 100%.
So, like, that gotta be, like, those relations gotta be super strong for you to weather everything. Especially if you live in a place like New York City. It's going to put you through everything.
It's going to put you to the test. That's very true. So, for those like Sierra, she's just was speaking to us here on the Instagram. And she's young, you know. So, for the adults that are watching, and anybody that's going to watch the stream later on, maybe go back and visit it a year from now. What I would say is, take time out and try to instill those things in the younger people in your family. Your nieces, your nephews, your daughters, your sons, your cousins. Try to start to instill some of those values in the younger people and within yourself. Or if you feel like it might be too late for you, try to instill it in the people that are younger than you, because Lord knows they're gonna need it.
Don't tell them, you gotta show them.
Yeah, you gotta give them, you gotta show them examples.
Spanish people got God. Every Spanish person I know, Spanish people got God.
I mean, we can all have God in our lives.
You have God if you want God in
your
your life.
If you want God, you have God. is all about God. Well, I believe God will grant you the serenity to be able to give and receive love the right way. And if you can't give and receive love the right way, then you're wasting your time in marriage. You know, you got to be able to give it first and then also be able to receive it. I think where people go wrong is they give it to the wrong person and then it throws off the whole machine. Because now what the other person may say that they love you, and so what you're getting back in, you're giving your full-fledged love, and you're getting something back in return that's not. Yeah, bro. Every Spanish household I've been to, angels everywhere. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Like,
no angels in my house.
There is no, I do understand what he's saying. Like,
no, I know. I've been in those houses too.
Yeah,
but...
like I get it. Because looking at it from the outside, like when I was growing up, there was a picture of Jesus in my house, a cross maybe, but
it's all about making it your own and knowing love is a choice and not
measurable. That is, whoo, Samantha.
That's very true, Samantha.
That's very true. And when you start to try to measure love, that's when it never is gonna measure up. It'll never measure up once you start to measuring it. Because now you're trying to compare your love to someone else's love. You just want to make sure that whatever love you're receiving is fulfilling you. You know? Yeah. 50 pounds of boulders and 50 pounds of feathers are the same weight. You might think, no, ain't no way in the world. The boulders are... No, it's still 50 pounds. But it's just in different... But your mind will perceive it differently when you start to compare it. Nah, it's feathers. This is stones and boulders. Ain't no way. It's love. It's love. Once you start, nah, but my boulders is worth more than your feather. All right, now you done. Now you in chaos. Now you're in true chaos, and that's right here. Have hit a have.
UNITY.
What up, Queen Latifah? Have them peek. Hold on. Gotta let. There you go. Have peeked in on you. What up, Queen Latifah? You know. So I agree with you 100%, Samantha. Yeah, you can't measure it. You know. And love is love. You gotta allow it to be what it is. As long as it's fulfilling you. You know. The person that get the 50 pounds of boulders, they may need to break those rocks down because they looking for minerals or diamonds or jewels within that rock. So that 50 pounds of rock is exactly what they need. Someone else might want to go make some pillows. That 50 pounds of feathers is exactly what they need. But if you don't need that type of love, you may look like, nah, it ain't adding up to what I'm giving you. That's not what it's about. Everybody needs to extract what they need from love, what they get from it. You can't compare it because there is no comparing it. Because there's no definition for love. All I know is what is supposed to be done is you're supposed to give it. I believe the usage of it, but I don't know what the definition of it because my definition is different from Hev's and different from Samantha's and Johnny Inkaholics and Sierra's and Queen Latifah's. It's all different, you know. But I do believe that it's supposed to be given. And if given to the right person, it'll be received in return. It's selfless. Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
you give it because you want to give it.
Yeah, you give it because you want to give it and you're not expecting anything in return. Because once you start expecting things back in return, then you start to compare and measure. Like, I took you on a trip to China, and all you did was...
We just went to Applebee's.
Yeah, we just went to Applebee's. But maybe that's all, you know. I believe that as well. Thank you, Purple One. Love is all about giving without expecting. Right. I have. What's your question now, Have? It's been marinating for an hour and a half now.
What's my question?
Oh man, it's still simmering, y'all. I got mine on deck.
So
Nope. Mine's been on deck since the beginning of the show. Mine was
why'd
ready.
you say it?
I done said enough, man. It's your turn to say something. Will you do something?
Why do people think that marriage changes people?
Have looked up to the heavens and pulled out a diamond. Why do people think marriage changes people?
Because I think like people like think that's why people don't want to get married, because like it'll change like the relationship, or like you've been with somebody for 30 years and they've been your girlfriend or your life partner for that whole time. You think, oh, we got married, that's it. Like then like a dynamic changes.
I think that why people believe that things change. Well, don't you think things should change when you get married?
Like for the most part, people perceive that change to be negative.
I think for the most part, men perceive that change to be negative. I think women don't perceive it to be as negative as men do. And the perfect one said they do change because they have the wrong perception of what marriage really is. Purple one say they do change. I do believe once you get married, certain things should change. But I think that people have a negative outlook on it is because the things that they believe are going to change, they're not prepared to change. They're going into it negatively. I don't want to. If you already got that,
Nah.
then you shouldn't be getting married. A lot of men stop doing what they were doing before marriage. But 5 3 times, don't you have to? Most men have to. Like, let's say a guy, a guy is used to going out, hanging out with the fellas every Friday night. Maybe go to a strip club or go play poker, go to the bar or something. As a husband, do you think that those things are still acceptable?
I think it's more than that, Johnny Alcoholic. You don't get into marriage for sex.
And there's more accountability, that's true. Because sex changes it into...
Sex changes, you're in it to win it for life. I mean, the things he was doing for his wife.
Yeah, but he has to change certain things that he was doing for his own enjoyment. Because it would be disrespecting his wife and his marriage.
What you were saying about like going out with the fellas and stuff?
Yeah, like if you go...
stop doing that or keep doing that?
I'm asking, do you feel like it would be disrespectful to the marriage?
No, I feel like you still gotta have like your social circle.
But
like,
what if yeah, okay, now what if she like, nah, chill, I want you to, what if it rubs her the wrong way? Would you stop, or would you put your foot down and say, nah, I'm gonna keep doing it? What if it...
As long as the things you're doing with your friends aren't bad, like I wouldn't go to a strip club.
Right, so then that's something that would have to change. If you was normally doing that before. Because in actuality, you could go to the strip club and not do nothing. You could go to the library and meet a girl and go have sex with her that same day. So what difference do it make? No, I'm being honest.
That's
right?
true though, yeah.
So if you go to the strip club and you just go in there to have fun, have a couple of drinks with your fellas, but now you got to stop doing that. Because your wife like, you ain't going to no strip club, would you? So then certain things do have to change.
Yeah.
But everyone should still be themselves.
Yeah.
Feed 3 times 3. That's what I'm saying. I think that's where the... Oh, wait a minute. Uncle DV done stepped up in the building. WCIS joined.
What?
Yeah. I think that things do have to change, and I think that's where the negative outlook comes. But you have to be ready to let those certain things go. That's the problem.
As long as that behavior is bad and the other person isn't being selfish.
Damn, no more strip clubs.
Yeah, no more.
What up, Troy is in the building. What up, Troy? Yo, Troy, did Have tell you about the bowling?
Yeah, I texted Troy. He never hit me back up though.
Oh damn, Troy, you left Have on red.
Yeah. Have red.
Oh, red Have. Unread have.
Change, but not compromise through understanding and effective communication.
Yeah, I think things do change, and I think that's why people feel like you have to change when you get married. But you have to also.
I suck at bowling. So
Yep.
come through, yo.
That's the point, bro. It's the amateur bowling league, and none of us is good.
Dude, I got you,
yo. Yes, I believe things do have to change to a certain extent.
Troy, the question is, does marriage have to change for the best or for the worst? Does it have to change in a bad way?
What up, Ashley? He built it up and now he's solid. Ashley and Larry is in the building. Ashford and Larry Simpson is in the building.
Tove and the married one.
You can't stop everything you do to enjoy yourself to make someone else happy. It's still your life, and they were with you when you were doing it.
Left that part out. When I hear bowling league, I think it's getting serious.
Oh no, it's not serious. Nah.
Oh yeah, I didn't put amateur. That's my bad.
Nah, it's not serious. None of us. It's us.
Yeah.
It's like me, Hev, Eric, and a couple of other friends.
That's it.
We just gonna go have fun. Now, if we get better and it gets, we compete amongst us.
Yeah.
But none of us are good.
Yeah, we're not going against other people.
Yeah, it's us against us. All amateurs. Marriage is about compromise and communication. That's very true.
Man, I ain't doing that.
I ain't doing that. I'll get my ass whooped. Trying to get my cheeks rotated. It's before, so why stop? Yeah, so to answer Haz's question, I think that things do need to change once you get married. I don't think that they should be looked at in a negative way if you're prepared. If you're not prepared, you're going to look at it in a negative way. Damn, now I can't watch football. Now I can't do this. Now I can't do that. So as a man, I can only speak from a man's point of view.
But that's what I'm saying though. Like, what if all right, I would Raquel came here and we was hanging out with you and Eric, and then I'm married now and she's like, yo, I don't want you hanging out with Tove and Eric. Well, why didn't you tell me before though?
Yeah, but that's
because there's some people that do that.
That's true, but that's being unreasonable though. Like most things in life, it's all about compromising. Marriage is hard, but you have to be willing to put in the work, and that's the. I agree with you, Troy.
Troy, is Tay next to you? You want the real answer, bro.
At least I know Ham ain't just salty to me. Ham just answered a question I've pondered for years. Who cares who is the breadwinner once you're married? You're a team. That's very true. Will you be married 23... Wait a minute. We'll be married 23 years in April. Together 25 years in May. We haven't stopped trying to do for each other. The purple one. God bless you. God bless your wife.
Yeah. God bless your marriage.
God bless your marriage. And if you have children, God bless them too. You definitely have to... I think that's why most of my relationships have failed, because the people I've been willing to put the work in for haven't put the work in return for me. And the people that wanted to put the work in for me, I haven't been willing to put the work in for them.
Everyone said, wake up every day and think at least one thing you could do to make the other person's life better. Could be as simple as bringing somebody a cup of coffee.
That's very true, Purple One. You gonna keep your wife.
Yeah.
You ain't got nothing to worry about. Yeah, but I've been in a...
2 children, 1 grandchild.
God bless your whole family, the Purple One. Yeah. God bless y'all. Alright? So, yeah, I mean... That is great advice. Yeah. I'm
keeping that.
Really, really good advice. Great advice. I'm going to use that one myself. Oh, the purple one is a female. Okay. What up, Benny Hilte? If you old, you know where that theme song come from. What up, Benny Hill? Okay, the purple one is a
Isn't
female.
that just
Okay.
a song that people use when they run away? Like in Scooby-Doo? When they chasing the monster? And they go through the doors?
Yeah, but I've originally seen it when people was running away on Benny Hill. They be running around like a little maze. So if you saw that on the Family Guy, I seen it. I seen it repeated on the Family Guy, but they got it from Benny Hill.
Okay.
Maria, you remember Benny Hill?
My first marriage, everything changed with him and his character. It just went from good to bad. Now with Jose Sr., we've been together for 17 years.
God bless you and the real Jose.
The original.
The original. Hev is not Jose. He Hev.
Yeah. I feel weird when somebody.
I don't call.
Ew.
I don't call Hev Jose. I don't even recognize. I don't even recognize him as Jose no more. I met him as Jose. I don't even recognize him as Jose no more. He encompasses the Hev. Like, he's Hev.
Hell yeah, my favorite show.
Alright, so you remember when they used to be running back? Alright, so in closing, you're gonna have to answer this in past tense. Alright? But in closing, everybody that's watching, the question that I have.
What up, Bronx Sushi?
What up, Bronx Sushi is in the building.
Two out of three ain't bad.
The question that I have is, or you can answer this in present tense. What makes it hard for someone to love you?
Personally?
Yes. What about you is hard to love? Because to really find true love. What up, Boss King?
What up, Boss King?
I'm the biggest boss that you've seen thus far. Every other month, brand new car. What up, Boss King? To really be able to dig deep and find true love, you have to be able to understand how to correct the problems that are living and dwelling within your own heart and emotions and mind. So what are the things, or what is the thing, or what are the things about you that's hard to love?
For me,
where somebody might have to be like, well, not somebody. Raquel will look at you like, I love my husband, I love Hev, but this was a little tough, or this was, I had to get used to this, or this is something that may need to compromise if we're going to really move forward in our marriage. What's something that's hard to love about you?
I think I could be very stubborn in how I think sometimes and how I feel about things.
Okay.
And that could like blindside me when it comes to situations and stuff like that. But like with her it's different because like, I mean, it goes for anybody that like I know and love and like I care about, or like I'd be like, nah, it's like that, and like somebody else would be like, no, it's like this, and I always keep their opinion in mind, and that'll usually sway me and get me out that stubbornness. So she's really good at doing that.
Okay. My man Johnny Ecoholic says something.
I've had no filters.
Yeah. Troy, you definitely a good friend to have, because Hab don't have no filters, boy. Boy, if you're around someone and you don't want them to know certain things, boy, oh boy. I'm not saying Hab do it on purpose, but his unfilteredness, you don't know what he might say, and then, oh my God, it's not happened to me.
You know that's his wife, right?
Huh?
That's something I really said to him one time.
Oh my God. Johnny Ecoholic said, I have trust issues. I'm good. I'm too good looking and smart. People get jealous. Same here. Stubborn, and I never thought outside the box. But being with Jose Sr., I have to change it a little bit. Okay. Something about me that's hard to love. I think anyone that... Yeah, I read that one. Alcoholic has trust issues. I think anyone that truly loves me and really gets to know me, I think the energy that I have, I think it's hard for... not so much for my friends, But I'm talking about, like, when I say hard to love, I'm talking about like, relationship wise, not like family or friends. But I think what's the hardest thing about me is it's not just one. I'll say two things. One, I'm very independent. So I think a lot of people that try to love me realize I'm extremely stubborn. I also have a bad habit of trying to push people away. But my husband's stuck around and he's still here 11 years and 3 kids. That's what's up. Feed times 3. Person who's comfortable alone.
I always want to be the dominant one. Carpe diem.
So I think once a person senses that energy from me, like, he's perfectly fine alone, I think it allows them to believe like it doesn't make a difference to him if I'm there or not, which is not the case.
Have you had to say that to somebody that you was dealing with?
I've had to say that to multiple people. It's like me doing this show, I've had people watch this show say, you seem so much happier when you with Eric and Hev. You're not that happy around me. Like, it's a different type of energy.
Happy,
It's a different type of happy. It just seemed like I don't matter at that moment.
Damn.
And it's not the fact that, when's your birthday, Tove? November 15th. That makes me a Scorpio. That too. I'm also independent, and I think I expect more from people. Yeah, so I think anyone that gets that energy from me, I am a very independent person, and I am comfortable alone. I'm comfortable if you don't call me, but if I don't speak to you for a year, I think that's what people don't understand. If I don't speak to someone for a year, and I'm really your friend or I really love you, there is no love lost within that year. It remains the same within my heart. Me and Hev didn't speak to each other for over a year. But once we seen each other, everything was fine. Because that's just me. I'm fine alone. I'm fine in solitude. I'm fine if you don't speak to me. I'm fine if you do speak to me. But I could understand someone trying to love me, that could rub them the wrong way. Like, damn, this motherfucker don't care. Like, it don't make me. He don't care if I'm there. He don't care if I'm not there. He just fine. And that's not the case. It's just that I don't always show it. Or I have shown it and I feel like I was wronged. So therefore I'm not going to show it again. That's the first thing. And the second thing that's hard to love about me, I don't want to say stubborn. I want to say somewhat spoiled. Like, it's very, very hard to pull me out of my comfort zone. Yeah, my daughter and my mom. I must have said something that struck a chord. He said, wait a minute, what's your birthday, Tom? I tell you, all Scorpios, Heather heard me say this 1,000 times. All Scorpios have certain common denominators that are present within each and every one of them, and they're obvious. Troy just said, what's your sign? Now look what he said. My daughter and mother are both Scorpios. And they may seem emotionally closed off, but when you talk to them and you see that there's love, exactly, you're not going to get me from afar.
Yeah, so right there, bro. You said how I feel. Just can't type all of that. I'm a loner, not that dangerous kind of loner though. I'm just the kind of loner that likes to be alone.
Yeah, like, I don't mind being alone. I don't mind distance. And I think that's hard for a person to love about me. That distance. I don't mind distance. It don't have to be an abundance, you know. As long as I know it's real and genuine, I'm good. You know, if you got $1 million, if you know you got $1 million and you buried it in the forest, only thing that matters is if when you go back and dig it up, it's still there.
I feel like you describe myself to your own self.
You know, so It's very hard to pull me out of my comfort zones. I'm spoiled in my own comfort, and I can understand how.
Crazy stuff. That's facts.
I'm spoiled in my own comfort, so I can
understand.
understand how someone that's trying to love me in a relationship, like, well, Toph, you want to do this? And I'm not so. This is why I'm not stubborn, because I'll try to do it, but I can't fake enthusiasm.
This man said my OCD, overly caring disorder.
That can ruin people too.
Nah, I'm gonna go to that forest every day to make sure that Miller's still there.
Right? See, I don't need to go to the. See, there's a difference. I'm gonna say, I buried it well enough. Ain't nothing gonna happen to it. I'm good. I'm gonna trust that it's good. Only thing that matters to me is if once I go back, all million is there. If the whole million is there, see? And for me, when I've done that in the past, the million has always been there. So I have no reason to believe when I get there, it's going to be gone or it's going to be 500,000. The million has always been there. So that's two things that I know is hard to love about me. And I don't know if I'm not sure if those things are, I don't know if I could change those things. My man Double A Austin Anderson said, where's some big old titties?
It's good you got that self-awareness, and it's good to express how you are at the beginning of the relationship.
Yeah, that is one thing that I am not, I will express these things. I have no problem.
On a first date?
First real genuine conversation, I will. You know, I'll express. I'm gonna tell you if I plan on proceeding in a relationship with you, something serious, I'm gonna tell you these things because I know that they could be a hurdle. I know it. I know it about myself, but at least I'm honest and say it. You know.
And you never want to change it?
I'll compromise it, but I think I'll always feel comfortable being a loner. But you gotta understand the reason why. The reason why is because I've dealt with mostly everything that I've had to deal with alone. So if life has molded you, I'm not saying love can't unmold that, but I haven't come across a love to unmold that from around me. That's just me. Life threw so many obstacles at me at a very young age that I had to build this certain strength around me. Because I had to deal with it. I got to deal with this by myself. I got no mother, no father, no grandmother. The only person I did have to take care of me just passed away. So now what? I got to deal with it on my own. So that's how life molded me, you know. So someone that's really going to love me is going to have to learn that about me, understand that about me, and be patient enough to let that melt away. And most people are not patient. Most people are not patient enough with me. Or maybe it's built up too thick. Could be a combination of both. You know, could be a combination of both. But I'm not just that way just to be that way. You know, I'm that way for a reason. And it's been successful for me. Like, it's been successful for me in other parts of my life, but not necessarily relationship-wise. So I'll compromise it. But
you can't hit your girlfriend up a year later and be like, yo, we still good?
That's very true. That's very true.
It will be an amazing moment for you and the person that finds you.
Hopefully. But to be completely honest with y'all, doing the show has really helped me a lot. Like, being able to sit and talk about certain things amongst people with my friends, hearing their perspective on things, seeing how they handle things. Tove, I think that a person should meet you where you... Wait a minute. Should meet where you are? And okay, I think a person should meet you where you are and not try to change you. I think people want that rom-com love, where it's instant and fast instead of putting the work in. That's very true. That rom-com love is only 1 hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And then the movie go off. And then those actors go back to their dysfunctional relationships. I see a little silhouette of a man. Baba whoosh, can you do the fandango? Sergio Sanchez is the most committed and most loyal Bohemian Rhapsody Queen Freddie Mercury fan I've ever seen in my life. The reason I stated that because it happened to me. I mean, yeah, anyone that's truly like getting to the point of marriage, they definitely gonna have to stick by my side through that period for me. But, and I'm willing to, I'm willing to compromise it. Alright, me and Hev done gave y'all 2 full good hours of talking about coronavirus, kids, love, marriage, money, God. Where else y'all gonna get this? So, first I want to say thank you to everybody who tuned in on In Your Feelings Tuesdays. It's definitely good. Hopefully it is as good for y'all as it is for us to learn more about each other, to be able to talk about some subjects that on a normal basis we don't really sit and have a chance to talk about unless you're talking about it with your significant other. Y'all ever got bit by another person? No.
What you mean by bit?
What you mean
like you wanted to get bit?
You talking about sexually? You talking about
yeah.
in a fight? Or you talking about is a bit a metaphor for something else? Because it's well, sexually I've been bitten, but
yeah.
But everything
otherwise,
else,
no.
To cover all other bases, no.
If I got bit because I wanted to.
What up, Shea Butterbill, though? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, thank y'all for tuning in to In Your Feelings Tuesdays. We won't be here tomorrow, but we'll be back on Thursday, alright?
Eric gonna be here?
Eric should be here on Thursday.
We'll see.
Shea,
but a question, though. I'm just a poor boy, nobody loves me.
I'm just a poor boy, nobody loves me.
So, Sergio, every time you type a comment is a Queen quote?
A Queen lyric. I'm just a poor boy, nobody loves me. He's just a poor boy from a poor family.
Is that what he's saying?
Yeah, he did say that. I think that's the second part. I'm just a poor boy, nobody loves me. He's just a poor boy from a poor family. I think that's it. I mean, I do love that song, but I don't listen to it on... Bohemian Rhapsody is like a song I love, but I don't listen to it on the regular.
Yeah.
But when I hear it,
it's like an event song.
Yeah, it's like I love it when I hear it, but I won't ever go seek it out. Alright? Have you want to hit the people with anything before we get up out of here?
I think I'm good.
I have done exhausted all his feelings. And have got 2 hours worth of feelings. He done exhausted all of them. Alright? Thank y'all so much. If you lurking in the background, welcome to the WCIS. Yeah. Make sure that you contribute and interact with the WCIS. Alright?
Yeah, you could just like us. You could like and lurk.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the lurkers.
Like and lurk.
Oh, like and lurks. Alright? But if y'all ever want to step to the front of the stage and get into the conversation, come on to the front of the stage, alright?
Later, Shea Butter Bill. Later, Troy.
Alright, Troy. Shea Butter Bill. 5 3 times. Don't forget, she's a woman.
Don't forget his feet.
I mean, his feet. And put me right up, but don't forget his feet.
Thanks, Shea Butter Bill. Appreciate that.
Y'all have a wonderful night. Thanks for tuning in. WCIS, we can't aspire someone. OPP, only promote positivity. Now, see, I get stuck in my ways. Feed times 3. I said fight 3 times.
Yeah.
I'm completely messed it up. Feed times 3. Don't forget, that is a lady. Stay blessed, stay beautiful, but most importantly, stay positive. It's your boy, Lil Fat Mushy Toe. Shout out to Uncle Deep V. And shout out to the uncanny one himself, Water Bed Heb, a.k.a. Happily Ever After. Alright? God bless y'all. And peace out. See y'all on Thursday.
Good night, Maria.
Alright, we're going to hit y'all with Throwback Thursday this Thursday. Alright? So we're going to go back in time. We're going to talk about, back in the days when you was just a youngster. Games we used to play. Things we used to do. How things have changed from then to now. What parts of that young part of you still lives within you? Or has it all been abolished by life, bills, and working? Alright, peace out and God bless. See y'all on Thursday.
Later,
and thank y'all for tuning in. Later, y'all. Thank you for joining the community. That's all about unity. Peace out.
Later.